So once again, we are late with our breaking news. Shocker. But basically what happened this weekend was we had the first couple games of the XFL, which is Vince McMahon's resurrection of the modified NFL football league. There's a couple different tweaks and rules and whatnot, but basically it's mostly to get the game to be a little bit faster. The clock runs. Overtimes are a little bit different. Extra points after touchdowns are a little bit different. You could opt to get 1, 2, or 3 extra points. I'm sure it's going to shake up to be interesting. We've already sort of had the first defensive coordinator be fired. I watched a little bit on Saturday and a smidge on Sunday. While I wasn't overly impressed, I will say I did notice it did seem a little bit faster paced, the game. But it just sort of seemed like a bunch of bad college students playing football. I mean, some players were good. Some of them are ex-NFL players, but most of them, nothing really caught my attention. It just seemed really inexperienced, but that's what's going to come with the territory. Now, of course, to switch back to baseball, as we generally do here on our channel, Trevor Bauer sort of set the internet ablaze by basically calling out Rob Manfred and basically telling him he hates baseball and that he should stop being the in charge. And this basically comes on the announcement that MLB is looking to expand the playoffs. And while in theory that sounds really, really nice, I'm not sure I like it. So there's basically 3 division winners and 4 wild cards. The top seed in both leagues will get a bye, so they'll be off on their own. And then what you'll have ending up is you'll have now 2 division winners left in each league, and the top of those 2 remaining ones will pick of the 3 bottom wild card teams, and then the next division winner will pick of the remaining 2, and then the last remaining one will play the official wild card team, and they'll each host a 3-game series or best of 3 series, all at the higher seeded, if you want to go that way, at their home field. I feel like then that's giving the number 1 ranked team, I guess, too much time off. I mean, I know it would be a grueling 162 games, and you're gonna get that rest. But some teams just come in hot and stay hot, and you don't want to cool down. I know you're gonna want your rest, but we've seen this so many times in the NFL where some teams, they don't play for 3 weeks basically because they get that bye week and everything, and then they come back and they're a little rusty and they're not the same. And I'm afraid baseball might end up like that as well. What I like about baseball is that it's always been sort of you really had to be the best to win. Sometimes an 84 win team might sneak into the playoffs if everybody else was just really bad that year. But for the most part, you really need 88 wins to really make the playoffs. And I really don't want to see a team when I'm watching the NBA. And some teams win only 40 of those games. They're under 500 and they make the playoffs. And it's a joke. None of those teams really do anything and beat the number 1 team. And maybe cut it down from 162 games to 154, so it's not as much. But I still think the problem then is that you have that number 1 seed just sitting there for 3-4 days and they're not doing anything. And well, yeah, I guess it is some nice rest, but like I said, sometimes you want that momentum. But I don't know. I don't run a baseball team, and I don't think I will anytime soon. So I guess I'll just keep giving my thoughts and hope maybe a miracle happens. And I don't know. Maybe you'll see me in a box of Wheaties. Greg, I will catch you later, and I will be biting my nails waiting for the NHL trade deadline to come and go so that the Rangers can keep Chris Kreider.